We all love the sound of money, and a $1,500 sign-on bonus sounds even better. That's right, Bellisio Foods of Jackson is offering a $1,500 sign-on bonus to new employees. Receive an extra $100 your first 6 weeks, then $400 after day 90, and $500 after day 180. Don't wait. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers today. That's BellisioFoods.com/careers. Come work for a company who truly values their employees. Come work for Bellisio Foods.
Show some love for the graduating seniors in your life with custom-made gear from Zip Printing in Jackson. Yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, and more. Zip Printing can do it all. Visit yourtotalmedia.shop to browse all of Zip's gear to show your school spirit for the class of 22. Zip also has everything you need for graduation parties like custom photo cards, invitations, and napkins. Call 740-286-3023 or find them on Facebook at Zip Printing Signs and Marketing.
Good morning, folks. It's J.J. Hale here, Program Director of Total Media and Jackson County Broadcasting. And as you can see, I'm out and about early this morning. So if you're waking up to a little fuzz on your radios, unfortunately, the power is out at our transmitter sites here in Jackson, Ohio. You can see behind me the big stick for Mix 96 FM and also 97 Country, the Bull. But with the power out, that kind of affects everything that we do, and unfortunately our backups are not working as they should this morning either. So we are off the air. All 4 of our stations are off the air. Hopefully we'll have those back up and going soon. I know the folks with the electric company are out working very hard to get that up and going for you. So as soon as we can get some power back, we'll have Matt and the morning crew over on Mix 96 FM. Of course, Big D and Bubba on 97 Country, the Bull, and Free Beer and Hot Wings on Pure Rock 98.7 WYRO FM. And, of course, all the great sports programming you love on Fox Sports 105.3 FM. On another note, it is freezing up here, but it is a very beautiful morning. Overlooking Jackson there off in the distance behind me. Like I said, pretty chilly out here, but again, I guess the chills are worth the view. And then also I might point out, if you look off in the distance behind me there, typically there's some farms and some homes out that way, and we would see lights. Looks like the power is off over on the other side of Route 35. So looks like some people in the dark are at least waking up in the dark this morning. So hopefully we'll have some power back and get back up and going just as soon as possible. But we do appreciate your patience, and thanks for listening to all of our stations here at Jackson County Broadcasting. We hope everyone has a good Tuesday and stay warm.
Of course, Jennifer here to start off your morning with our good friends from the Wellston High School Drama Club. Is that correct? Something like that. And you all are doing something very special this week. So first off, they don't wear this every day, I don't think, do you?
No.
No, okay. First off, tell everyone who you are, and then we'll get to talking about the play.
I am Sully Potter. I play Tevya in the play. I am the milkman, a father of 5 fair daughters, and husband to my lovely wife, Golda.
I'm Golda. Well, my real name is Holly Shea, but I play the mom. So.
And my name's Hadley Payne, and I am the second oldest daughter.
Aha, okay. And then we have...
I'm Charity Potter, and I am one of the directors of the play.
That's right. And how long have you been directing plays at Wellston? A few years.
This will be my 6th or 7th,
okay.
I guess.
Well, very good. And you always do a fantastic job with these kids, so that's
you.
Great. All right, somebody has... So James and I were talking about this before you all got here, And I am not, for some reason, familiar with even the story of Fiddler on the Roof. So could somebody kind of go through that and explain it?
Am I explaining it again?
Yeah.
Okay, I just explained this actually. So the story of Fiddler on the Roof focuses on Tevye and his family. It's a Jewish story. It's a traditional Jewish story in pre-revolutionary Russia, so about 1900-ish. And it focuses around the town of Anatevka and the traditions that the town has. And 3 of Tevye's daughters break tradition with who they marry. And while this is going on, that obviously shakes the foundation of what they believe in. But while this is happening, there is also a Russian invasion, and they are being forced from their village. So that also kind of shakes the foundation of their beliefs. And it's... Lost my train of thought.
You're all right.
Yeah,
Well,
that's most of it.
It's kind of ironic that, what's going on in the world is similar to the musical.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this show was selected before any of what was going on
Sure.
actually started happening. Shows are selected well in advance because you have to get licensing rights and things like that.
Right.
And we actually had a different choir director who selected this show. And we've always done junior productions and never full production. And we have kids who have such talent that she wanted to do a full production.
Sure.
So that she said, hey, we've got the talent. Let's do a full production. And this is what we ended up choosing. And so it is kind of ironic.
Isn't it?
That then in late January, this type of scenario ended up happening.
Actually
in our
happening in
world.
real life.
Yeah.
But I think it's I don't know. I almost think it's interesting and then because it can tell the story of how they survived it and how they, lived through it and all of that. So maybe it might be comforting in a way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So tell us about Fiddler on the Roof. When is it? When are you performing? How can people see?
Fiddler on the Roof. We are giving our performances this weekend, Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. and on Sunday at 2 p.m. Tickets cost $5 for general admission. You can pick those up at the coffee shop in Wellston, at the high school, and at the Rusted Barn in Wellston. If you wish to have reserved seating, $10.
Aha.
Go ahead and pick those up at the middle school.
Middle school.
Yes.
Okay. And then you can have a reserve seat so you don't have to worry about getting there earlier, that kind of thing. Nice. All right. So how long have you all been working on this? I know that you work a long time on these productions.
This started in the works as far as casting and set making around December of last year.
Wow. It's a long time. So have you all been in productions before?
Yes.
About what all have you gotten to do so far?
Well, I've been in The Sound of Music, Little Mermaid Jr., Beauty and the Beast Jr., Lion King Jr. 2 times. I mean, this second time we got shut down.
Yeah.
And then this one.
Awesome.
And she was in a bunch of St. Peter and Paul productions, but I did not go to St. Peter and Paul. So I've only been in Beauty and the Beast Jr. and The Lion King Jr., which I never got to perform.
Dad?
I've done my fair share of plays. Starting in the 5th grade, I made my lovely debut in Shrek the Musical, wearing a similar outfit. I guess it suits. But lately, some of my more notable roles include Tweedledum from Alice in Wonderland.
Is that fitting?
Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast. And finally, Tevye From Fiddler on the Roof.
Okay. So a man about town, huh?
Oh, yeah.
With lots of daughters.
5 daughters.
Oh my goodness. You're crazy.
Well,
Don't know how you keep them all in check. And they probably giggle a lot too.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. So I get confused because Jackson always has their stuff at the middle school.
Yes.
You have your productions at the high school.
Yes.
Just so we don't get everybody confused. Okay, there you are. So what are we seeing there?
That's the main family. That's Tevya and Golda and the daughters. There's one daughter missing. It's the youngest daughter, Bielka.
Bielka, where are you, Bielka?
Oh no.
She wasn't there that day.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of our cast. That's Tavia, and that was one of the first beards we tried. It was one of those stick-on beards,
Oh.
but then it did horrible things to his face. It was really.
I can't have
killed-
my face looking bad, especially for my wife. Go there.
Isn't he so precious?
Yes. So we've been through a lot of beards, and it's hard to find a good beard, and
Yeah.
especially when you're on a budget.
Well, you just had to grow it yourself. Proud of you.
All natural. Can you
Yes.
tell? A touch of gray.
Touch of gray and lots of conditioner.
Lots of
Yeah,
conditioner.
yeah. We can talk about that
Wait,
after
did we
the show.
have conditioner?
Back in 1900, I don't know.
I don't think so, but whatever that
It's
is.
probably called lard or something. Ew. Well, very good. So what tell us how are you excited about the production this weekend?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So you all it just has to be like so wild because you work so hard but then you actually get to do the performance.
Mm-hmm. I'm really excited.
It is a bit nerve-wracking, but this will be the last performance for the 3 of us because we are seniors.
Oh, all right. So what does the future hold for all 3 of you?
College, a lot of it.
Where are you going?
OU.
Okay.
I plan to become a general surgeon.
Oh,
So-
very good.
Going for another 12 years.
Yay!
I'm also going to OU. Hallie and I are actually going to be roommates next year.
Oh, great.
And I am majoring in graphic design.
Cool.
Well, the family will stick together because I am also going to OU. And I am planning to be an art educator.
Very good. That is so wonderful. You all are blessed with wonderful kids.
Yes, we have wonderful kids in the drama program, and you know these guys have been real mentors to our younger kids.
Sure.
There are younger kids in the play. A lot of our kids who were involved in the Lion King Jr. in the fall are involved in this show as well, and they look up to them so much, and they really enjoy working with them. The guy that was Pumbaa, who we had visited you, and he's a real special guy. He's actually the rabbi. And as you can imagine, it's a lot of fun.
Yes, I bet he's a hoot.
It is. And so he really looks up to them and is enjoying this show as much as he enjoyed that show. And so it's great. They're great students, great kids, and it's been fun working with them, and it's going to be a really, really good show. So I hope people will come out and see it. It's a little bit longer show than what our junior productions typically are, but I think people will really enjoy watching it.
Good. About how long will the show run?
The show will probably, with the intermission, be about 2.5 hours.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not long. I mean,
No,
you
it's
can
not.
take
Yeah.
2.5 hours out of your day to support these kids and to have a lot of fun along the way.
Yeah.
And to see what he does with his, handles these daughters of his.
Oh my.
Are they wild women?
Well,
No.
No, they're good.
I
girls?
raised them very well
Did you?
because we don't live in America, so. Sorry, that's
through
one of my
that.
lines.
You know, those wild Americans.
Those wild Americans. So when did you say this was set? Like what year?
1900.
1900. Okay. Those wild Americans in 1900. How funny. All right. So someone said that they could sing a song.
I can, if you would allow me to.
We would love for you to sing a song.
Well, one of my more notable songs, which you can see the performance this weekend, is fan favorite If I Were a Rich Man, where I address God about being poor with 5 daughters and a life of poverty. So it goes a little bit like this. If I were a rich man, yado-dido-dido-dido-dido-dido-dum. All day long I'd birdie bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Yado-dido-dido-dido-dido-dido-dum. If I were a bitty rich, dido-dido-dido-dido man.
Yay! How do you just handle that? I mean, him singing all the time.
A lot of patience.
You could die from such a man.
Honestly. You really could die
Like
from
really.
such a man.
No, that's really, really good. So what would you all like our audience to know about your show and just while you're here? What would you like them to know?
It's definitely worth going to watch.
Yeah, go with an open mind and let yourself learn something new about another culture. Because that's what I think I've learned most about doing this show, is learning about the customs of a different culture at a different time. And I think that's a really valuable thing to know. Plus, it's a fun show to see.
Sure.
So you can learn while having some fun at the same time. And I think that's what you should know.
Dad?
We're ready. We've put in our works and we're excited to show you what we can do.
Very good. I mean, there you go. Come out and see. Look, aren't they convincing? Come out and see them.
I'm convinced.
I know. No, I think that I love that you said that, because I think that it's just sometimes we get stuck in our own wild American ways. And no, it's true. And, we do need to understand that there's a great big old world out there if you just open your eyes to it. So please do so. All right. Well, is there anything else you'd like to tell our viewers while you're here?
Thank you, Your Honors. L'chaim.
Oh, you did. Oh, well, we have Nitro Pepsi here.
L'chaim.
We're going to test that here in just a minute. All right. Oh, James is bringing me cups. All right. So we will let you guys get out of here and get back to school.
We have a train to catch and a boat.
A train and a boat. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Take back to America.
As much rain as we've had, you're right. As much rain as we've had, I'm sure that there's a lot of boats out there.
I will be rowing, I'm sure.
I'm sure you will be. All right, we'll get back to practice and school. I know you're looking forward to it. All right, James, do we have the weather forecast pulled up? All right, because it is a little bit, thank you, kids. It is a bit on the cool side, if you will, today. They are not calling for rain, which is a great thing in the forecast, but they are calling for partly cloudy skies, highs only today of 48 degrees and lows all the way down to 31. See y'all. For tomorrow on Wednesday, a little bit warmer and some sunshine in the forecast, highs of 62, lows of 52. And then on Thursday, looking a bit better with partly cloudy skies and highs of 68 degrees, lows of 52. And then look at the weekend. This is great news, folks. As we pull into Friday, looks like some rain in the forecast, maybe, but much warmer temperatures, highs of 75. Then Saturday and Sunday, mid 80s. So, and sunshine. Man, it is, I guess maybe this week's been worth waiting for. So we'll see how that all unfolds as we get into the weekend. So, all right. Well, I think Mr. James is coming over and we're going to do a Nitro Pepsi taste test. Oh, it's cold too. That's good.
Is it good?
I don't know that Nitro Pepsi's good.
Yeah.
But it's cold. And
Well,
I can imagine that there's nothing worse than warm Nitro Pepsi.
Yeah, maybe.
So we want to thank our friend Josh Willett for bringing this in.
Uh-huh.
He found it at Big Lots.
Big Lots,
which
yeah.
scares me a little bit.
Apparently Big Lots is 20% off on Monday or something.
No, it was over the weekend.
Okay.
Aren't you on their mailing list?
I am not.
Oh,
unfortunately, I'm not on the Big Lots mailing list.
I love Big Lots. It's fantastic. So he found this. So this is a new thing. And Josh was so kind as to go home and get clear plastic cups so that you can actually see how it pours too.
Okay.
Because Nitro, there's a lot of beers that are Nitro and probably most famously Guinness.
Yeah, and that's what it looks like.
Yes.
At least that's what I thought it looked like.
So what this is equipped with, and you have a can over there. Oh, it's over there. And James can show you, these have like what's called a widget in the bottom of them. And if you get a Guinness can, it's the same. So they release nitro into when they pour. So when it's poured upside down, that releases actually a gas. And then it makes whatever it's in, like do this foamy, creamy kind of thing. So it's really neat how it works.
And it sounds crazy when you open the can.
It does sound crazy when you open the can. And they are made for these widgets. So like they're made to like release when you take a drink, then they'll continue to release for so many times.
So it's meant to drink out of the can.
Well, you can, or you can pour it.
Okay.
You can drink out of the can.
Okay.
So it says it's smooth, creamy, and easy to drink. Now, I just don't know. Isn't it weird I think that soda should be bubbly. So I'm a little confused about this.
Well, I've had the Coke with coffee. And I'm curious if that's kind of...
Is it creamy or is it like...
Well, to me, it just tastes like flat Coke.
That's what I'm afraid this is going to taste like.
Which is what I think this is going to be. Only flat Pepsi.
Yeah. So we do want to thank Josh for getting this. So Nitro Pepsi is a new product, and we're getting absolutely nothing for this other than we just wanted to show you
the caffeine and the calories.
Correct. It'll be Nitro Diet Pepsi next. All right. So are you ready? Because
we crack it in front of the microphone so people can hear it.
We will, and then we'll pour it over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
It really sounds cool. All right, so now it's bubbling. So I'll go over here and pour it because it should look pretty cool.
All right, I'll try to narrate the best that I can. All right, Jennifer is moving closer. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Jennifer is a professional pourer. Oh, look at that.
So it should.
You're holding it a little bit too high.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. Yeah, so like that bubbles looks more like the bubbles that you would get in a beer.
It doesn't separate the way a beer does, though. Like when you pour Guinness, it separates and then it comes back together.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. We'll see how this goes.
So I did a tour of the Guinness brewery.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, it really does look like Guinness, doesn't it?
Smells like Pepsi.
It just smells like Pepsi.
It just tastes like flat Pepsi.
Yeah. I mean, it's creamy. Like, it is creamier than Pepsi, but really it just kind of tastes like flat Pepsi.
Oh. No. No, thank you.
So I did a tour of the Guinness brewery in Dublin when I was in college. And they teach you like the proper way to pour a Guinness.
Yeah. There is a proper way to pour.
Did you? I mean, before you like opened a, before you.
Oh,
I think I liked it more than you did.
No,
You're not here. You are not here for this.
Like my eyes are watering. Okay.
So all right. So let's just go down this checklist real quick and see if you agree with these things. Is it smooth?
Yes.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
Is it easy to drink?
No.
All those directions here. Chill can, pour hard.
Pour hard.
So maybe we didn't pour quite right. We
Dump
should've-
it upside down.
Yeah, we should have done it more like that.
There you go. Yeah.
Admire and enjoy.
Shut up! Come on, Pepsi. What's wrong with you?
They really have a.
They're really fond of this.
Yeah,
aren't
they're
they?
really fond of this flat Pepsi.
I'll just stick with my Burger King coffee this morning.
Anyway, so
Free
like
plug
when
for
you
Burger King.
so when you like opened an establishment that served adult beverages, did you have to take a beer pouring class?
No, I'd pretty much
Yeah, you
poured
pretty
a
would-
lot
you'd
of
pretty
beer in
much
my
figure it
life.
out.
Yeah.
Did you
But
like?
no.
Were you ever a bartender in college or anything?
No, just like
No.
from our own places.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I never really. I just drank a lot.
So what you're saying is sometimes it's better to learn from experience
I
than a
learned-
traditional education.
I observed.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we so how Jamie and I got into beer was it's kind of a fun story. We were just telling this when he got interviewed by Ohio Craft Brewers Association or something the other day, and he was telling this story. But
Brag.
right. But it was when we opened the very first Courtside, which was back in like 1999, a couple of years ago. It was a little hole in the wall on Court Street in Gallup Place, and it was like 1,000 square feet. It was a little tiny place. So we, you served the normal things that people drank back in 1999. The Bud Lights, and the Miller Lights, and all of that stuff. That craft beer wasn't really a thing back then. So, but we had heard about it, and so we started asking our distributor to just send us, just for our own, trying it out, I guess.
Yeah.
Our own experiences. Just send us a crazy, the craziest thing that you can find that you have in your warehouse. Send it to us.
Which was?
Well, so they started sending us stuff, and it's so funny to look back now at the stuff that they sent, because we were just thoroughly offended by all of it back then. And now it's just the most basic of craft beers. So one of the first ones they sent was, IPAs are very, can be either really, really piney or very, very citrusy. So one of the first ones they sent was Goose Island IPA. Well, it is a super piney one.
Yeah.
So we open it and we try it. We think we're all big and bad, and we're like, oh God, it tastes like a pine tree in a bottle.
Lots of sap.
It really did. Yeah. It wasn't as sticky as a pine tree, but whatever. So
Why is this drink so sticky?
why is this so sticky? But then now today, if I had that, that's one of the most basic. It's so basic. And then, but I will tell you, they sent us.
So basic.
I think Bell's makes it. Black chocolate stout, and it's like a 10%er.
Yeah.
And it is heavy and whatever. So I think that was the second one they sent us, and we were like, oh my God. So it's like drinking, wine. It's really thick, and it's like a stout, but it's got chocolate in it. It's just really thick and heavy. So they sent us that. They sent us Sierra Nevada Bigfoot, which is a barley wine.
Bigfoot, you say?
Which is Bigfoot. Yes.
Beer.
There's a beer.
Not going away.
Yeah, no. You have to talk about your adventure this weekend too.
I watched this. Oh, sorry, I'm derailing your conversation.
No, you're totally fine.
I watched this documentary on YouTube last night about the famous film footage of Bigfoot.
Yes,
and they're talking about the origin of that.
He can't get away from this Bigfoot thing.
So they're talking to so they're comparing it to Planet of the Apes, which came out about the same time as that. And they're like, see, this is the best the Hollywood gorilla suit could look, but see how much more natural Bigfoot is. And they're showing they're drawing the outlines of his muscles. I'm convinced.
Are you?
I'm convinced.
You're a believer now?
I'm a believer now.
Not a believer, believer.
Well, I mean, Bieber's got some good songs too. Do you think Justin Bieber? No, he's Canadian. I bet there's a Canadian Bigfoot.
I bet there is. I wonder if he's seen it. I'd say with all the drugs that Justin Bieber's done in his life, he's seen a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Maybe not really, but he thought he did. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that was our beer story, and then we
Yeah.
got to Bigfoot. So so we just started trying all the beers. I guess is to answer your question. We just started trying stuff way back before it was even like a thing.
Gotcha.
If that answers like how I learned about.
Well, I
that
asked you
kind
how
of
you
stuff.
learned how to pour a beer, which that didn't really answer that question, but that's okay.
But Guinness, yes, there is a certain way, and this is like a different tap. So it's like Nitro. So that's got like a widget in it. You know that it releases the gas, so you have like a different tap handle and all that stuff for it. So it's kind of cool.
Well, because you pull back on it. Is like you pull it forward down, I guess, like normal, and then when you get toward the top, you pull back on it.
Yeah, you push back on it. Yeah.
So is that totally unique to Guinness, or other similar things do that?
I mean, I think that's totally unique to how like to pour a Guinness. Like if you would go and get like a Nitro beer on tap at like a brewery, they wouldn't pour it that way. So
Gotcha.
Probably. You just like flip it down and let her go kind of thing. I think.
I don't know. Flip it down, let her go.
That's
probably how most places would pour a Guinness.
Flip it, rub it down.
Upset these guys.
Yeah, no.
But that place was super cool.
No, it is. I've never been, but I've heard it's like super duper cool.
Well, it's basically the tallest building in Dublin.
Oh, really?
And like the top floor is a bar. Big surprise. That's like all glass. So you can see like the skyline of the entire city from that like glass kind of viewing area.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
Nice.
But they take you through it and they show you how they do all this stuff, and they let you try things that like are only there, only kind of available there.
Yeah.
It's really neat.
That's awesome. And they teach you how to pour a beer, right?
Yep. And they let you drink it.
And they let you drink it even better.
When we went, this was like part of a college trip, and we were there for, I don't know, 2 days maybe. And so we bought like a bus pass, and the bus pass was only good for like a day.
Okay.
But we were going to be there 2 days. So like, and we knew we wanted to do the Guinness tour. So it was going to be like the last thing we did on like the second day before we headed out. So like we got up early, went and did that, and then we were heading back. So we're like, well, let's just try to get on the bus, and like, maybe the guy would just be cool about it. So we go on there and we show the guy that our expired bus passes, and like he gives us like a look. He's like, yeah, I know what you're doing, and I don't, it's fine. I don't care. But he gets on his like microphone, like the speaker thing, and he just like trash talks us the whole ride over there. So he's like, we got some college students getting on today. They're going to the brewery at 9:00 in the morning. They're too poor to buy another bus pass, so they're reusing the ones from yesterday. So he's just yep. So he's just like giving it to us the whole time.
Awesome.
It was really funny. It was really funny. He's like, of course you're getting off at the brewery. Yeah. Good times.
But it makes for a good story now.
Yeah, it was
probably
a good story.
a little embarrassing at the time, although quite funny.
I mean,
and you're like, yeah, that's us.
I think that was more the attitude we had at the time. We're like, yeah. I had another it wasn't that same trip, but it was part of the same larger trip. So I had to take this was when we were like coming back home. We'd been gone for like 3 months, and had to take a train to London to the airport. And so we were like saying all our goodbyes and everything. And we bought train tickets for like, the 10:00 train or whatever. And we didn't have cars, and we were saying goodbye to everybody. We had to like get a ride to the train station. So it was like this whole thing getting down there.
Yeah.
So we missed like the 10:00 train or whatever. And another one comes in like half an hour. So like, it's not a big deal. So like, we figure it's fine. Like, it's not like it's full, like you bought a ticket, just jump on the next one. So we do that. And the conductor comes through, and he's, punching the little hole in the ticket like they do. And he like sees that, and he's like, come here. So he takes us into the little like compartment between the trains. He's like, you guys know you're not allowed to do that, right? And we were like, like we're college students. We're trying to get to the airport. We're flying home.
We're poor and dumb.
Yeah.
Please
He's like,
yell at us.
here's what we're going to do. You're going to go back to your seats and look really pissed off at me and pretend that I really gave it to you back here.
Nice.
So that's what we did. I don't know who he was performing for. It's not like the other passengers knew our tickets were like old.
That is weird.
Yeah. But it was funny.
Hey, at least he was cool.
Yeah, he let us go ride the train.
Wrong train,
Yeah.
wrong day on the bus.
Mhm.
Y'all got along with a lot.
Yep. Yep.
What would you say to people that, since we were talking about it, like, what would you say to kids that would like consider traveling abroad, like for school? Would you recommend it?
Yeah, do it.
I mean, I think
I mean,
it'd be such a good idea.
Make sure you can afford it, but do it. Yeah, that's it. Even if you got to pay for it later.
Right?
If you
like,
have the
it's an
have the
experience
opportunity,
that-
it's an opportunity you're not going to have like in real life.
You're right.
Maybe
and
when you retire, you can
see.
do
That's
that
the
kind
thing.
of
Like, if you don't travel when you're like super young, you're not going to do it. When you have kids and all that stuff,
right.
because you're having to be responsible for them, and you're not going to just like take off and leave. I mean, I guess some people do, but it's like the young lady said just a little bit ago. Like, travel as much as you can. Open your eyes. There's a great big world out there if you would just like open your eyes and see it.
And you don't want to be staying at youth hostels when you're like 50, 60 years old. Like that's a fun experience. Like the movie Hostel like ruined like hostels.
It did.
But like it's pretty like if you're cool with how gross it is a lot of the time, it's a pretty good experience.
Yeah, because I bet you meet some really cool people.
Yeah, you meet some weird people, you see some like cool things. It's just like a totally different, like if you've only ever stayed in like hotels where you got like a king bed and like a TV and like a air conditioning, like bro, stay in a hostel where there's like 45 people sleeping on cots in the same room. It's a different experience.
Well, if nothing else, it'll make you appreciate that king
It'll
bed.
make you appreciate that like Holiday Inn a little bit more.
Between Hostel and The Beach, the Leonardo DiCaprio movie, that was kind of.
I haven't seen that one.
You haven't?
No. Does he get killed in the hostel or does he get killed at the beach?
He doesn't get killed anywhere,
Oh.
but he ends up at a beach from a hostel, and then all kind of crazy things happen. So,
Okay, right on.
But if you have not seen that movie, they filmed it in Thailand, and it is the prettiest scenery that you will ever see in a movie. It is gorgeous. The only problem is, actually, COVID saved it because, side note, where they filmed that in Thailand, nobody knew it existed. And when they filmed that movie, it became this huge tourist attraction. And so, I mean, they were showing pictures of it the other day. I don't know how I saw that. I mean, just hundreds of people bobbing in the ocean right there. And it was like basically just a deserted island before. And so the humans were wrecking the ecosystem there. Like it was dog, you know what. But COVID has helped it. People weren't going there anymore.
Right.
So COVID has helped it rebuild itself back again. So it saved it.
Just in time for people to destroy it again this
Time for
summer.
people to destroy it again. I think I'll bet you anything. Once they get it back, I'll bet you they restrict it. And that movie's old, but
not seen it.
Oh, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But yeah, so that Thailand would be a pretty place to go visit. I feel like. So, cycle search clue.
Dude, someone's gonna find it this week.
Y'all are going to
Someone
find
might
it.
find it today.
Like if you don't find it in the next 2 days, somebody doesn't find it, I will be absolutely shocked. So now we were not on the radio this morning. So here's your cycle search clue.
It's a good clue today.
It is a
a
good
bad
clue
day
today.
for cycle searchers for the radio to be off the air.
That's right. And don't forget the KO 250 dirt bike with the accessories package brought to you by Total Media and Honda Suzuki Polaris Can-Am of Jackson. And today's clue brought to you by Honda Suzuki Polaris Can-Am of Jackson and Jackson Express. So I want to thank them for that. Okay. Are you ready? Because this is a big one. I gotta make sure I'm reading the right one.
Have a sip of Nitro Pepsi to clear your throat.
No.
Creamy.
It's like
It's like creamy
Pepsi
flat
syrup
Pepsi.
with with like lactose poured into it or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, Okay.
This episode
Today.
brought to you by Pepsi.
Pepsi. All right. Cycle search clue for today. Get out and about and look for it. Rupert will show you the way. It's the only one with billboards along the way. And don't let a wolf or a hill scare you away.
Ooh. I didn't know there were wolves at Lake Rupert.
You didn't?
No. That's scary.
I'll bet if you drive around there long enough, you'll find it.
I bet you could. Do you think there's a wolf guarding the key packet?
Probably.
Do you think the wolf ate the trout that the key packet was hidden in?
I'll bet that's what happened. The wolf got into Hammertown Lake,
Yep.
found the trout with the key packet,
Yep.
got the trout, ate the trout, swallowed the key packet, and went to Lake Rupert.
And pooed it next to a billboard.
Maybe. You got to put all these clues
You gotta
together.
put them all
folks.
together, guys.
I mean, honest to God, we still don't know where it is, but we know that this is pretty much telling you where it is.
I wanted
so.
to go out there and like do the show from us looking for it.
If anyone has a trail cam, that would be fun. We could put it up and like see like all the people scurrying around out there.
Yeah, we should try to do that in the future. Have you seen that guy on YouTube that makes the like porch pirate glitter bombs?
No, but that is fantastic.
So it's amazing. He's been doing this for like 5 years now. And so what he does is he'll take a box that looks like some, expensive like electronic thing. And he's built this whole crazy thing, and it's got like 360-degree camera in it, microphones, and Wi-Fi, so he can like watch what's happening and all this stuff. And so he has like a glitter bomb in it, and like a fart spray, and like all these like flashing lights and alarms and stuff like that. So what he does is he like leaves it on his porch and waits for somebody to steal it, and then they take it home and open it. And it shoots glitter on them. It sprays the fart spray in their house. And
they
it
deserve
sets up
everything they get.
And so like he keeps doing this like every year. Like he'll do like another thing like this. And it just keeps getting like bigger and bigger and bigger. And so and he always releases them at Christmas. So like what do you associate what do you associate like Christmas and like pranks getting back at robbers with? Home Alone.
Oh, yeah.
So for one of these videos, he teams up with Macaulay Culkin.
Yes.
And they're like putting it together and spraying each other with fart spray and stuff. It's really funny.
Burn the guy and have him slip on a banana peel.
Yeah, there's no like paint can that like flies out and hits him in the face. Yeah, it's really funny. If you've never seen one of these videos, it's pretty epic.
No, that's fantastic.
This guy was like a NASA engineer or something like that. And he like retired from NASA at like 25 or whatever to like be a YouTuber.
Hey, I think it's fantastic.
And he's doing this. It's crazy. But if you haven't seen those, you should check it out.
Oh no, that's
search
so good.
glitter bomb. I'm sure it'll be the first thing that comes up.
I feel like that's just such a good like fun, wholesome way to get back at people, and they deserve everything that happens to them for doing that.
It really makes you scratch your head. Like, why do people do that? So I don't think I told you this or not. So I've got my cat has this like fancy litter box, and so the litter comes in these like trays.
Okay.
And you like pop the tray out when it's dirty and just throw the whole thing away and pop a new tray in, and like it's good. So so you know how like Amazon has like the subscribe and save thing?
Yeah.
So I signed up for that, so it'll just automatically send me more of these litter trays when I need it.
Yeah.
And like the trays are kind of big, and they come in like a box of like 3 or 4 of them. So it's a big box. And so I was gone this weekend, and I knew that was going to come on Saturday. I was like, somebody's going to see that big box sitting on my porch and think it's like a TV or an Xbox, and somebody's going to steal that, thinking they're getting something sweet, and they're going to open it up, and it's going to be 4 boxes of cat litter.
That's great.
That would be one disappointed porch pirate, unless they just happen to have the same fancy litter box that needed these trays.
Maybe they got the litter, and then they'll have to order the litter box to
like,
go in
man, this thing's
conjunction with
nice.
it.
I should get one of these for my cat.
Idea.
This is a great idea. It is actually a good idea. It's kind of expensive, but like,
does it work?
It works. Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It makes awesome. Like cleaning. it makes cleaning that stuff up a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do recommend it, but it is expensive.
Yeah.
But it's
But my
called.
cat's worth it.
He is. We also got him one of those like feeders with a timer on it,
Mm-hmm.
so it just like automatically feeds them, so you don't have to worry about like, if you're like gone all day or whatever, you don't have
Yeah.
to worry about like going home to feed him because it just does it at 5 o'clock
And
or
he
whatever.
doesn't like overeat too.
Well, I may still spoil him with other things, but it does help with portion control.
Yes. That's what it's supposed to do.
That's what it's supposed to do. Yeah. It doesn't help if you like also give them another meal as soon as you get home, just to make them happy.
Right.
That's besides the point.
Listen, it's a cat. They're never happy.
This is true. Well, yeah, I mean, he's happy when he's asleep.
Wasn't it your cat that was like walking around when we were doing the show with?
Yeah, he
Was it
photobombed
Megan
us.
and Ben
Yeah,
Lewis
when we
or
did the
Ben
show.
Davis?
Yeah, when we did the show from home, he
Ben Davis.
photobombed a little bit. Yeah,
That's so funny.
so he's a star in the making. He's gonna have his own show.
Hey, there's lots of cats out there that do.
Mm-hmm. Should have his own Instagram and everything.
I love it.
Yep.
Hey, Marley has her own Instagram.
Because she's famous.
She's something. She's a something.
Yep.
Oh, well. All right. So Fiddler on the Roof this weekend.
man.
That's going to be so
Dude,
fun.
those kids were freaking in it, weren't they?
They were so cute.
Yeah. I was thinking that my dad did Fiddler on the Roof, but it was Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, I think. It's a
Oh.
different roof entirely.
That's a whole different roof.
It's a whole different roof.
Yeah. What, who else do we have this week coming
Oh,
in?
man. I can't read the thing from here. I have to go look.
This is a high budget operation right here.
Well, Morgan Washam's coming in on Friday, and the Wild Turkey Festival people.
Oh, yeah. Wild Turkey Festival people and Morgan Washam. Okay,
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
That'll be really cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited to have Morgan in here.
You know what I'd be excited about is if I got home, my power was on so I could take a shower. I mean, I guess I could take a shower
Yeah.
in the dark
Yeah.
and it'd be cold.
I mean,
and
I
it's
wasn't
40 degrees outside.
I wasn't going to
but
say anything, but
I chose
sitting on
not
the other
to.
side of the room from you was...
I know. I did wear deodorant though.
Oh, that's good. Well, congratulations. You wore deodorant.
I double deodoranted
Double
just in
deodoranted.
case.
Very
No,
good.
I took
Yeah.
a shower last night, so I think I'm probably all right.
Yeah.
But no, it's the power being out. It's so weird how you're so used to things like your muscle memory.
Oh, yeah.
So we get up and I like had my phone. And I turned the flashlight on so I could like see to get in the bathroom. So our house, it was not very bright out this morning, so it was just really dark in there. Jamie gets up and I'm like, oh, this is tough. He's like, flips the closet light on. He's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like habit. All these things that
flipping
you
the
get up and you
switches and
start flipping
everything.
switches and
Yeah, it's the same thing when the water's out.
yeah.
You turn on that sink and
You're
it
like,
just sputters and then doesn't
yeah.
do anything. Yeah.
How we get used to certain things and we
Yep.
don't even think about it or appreciate the fact
Mhm.
that it's there. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully it will not be long-lived power outage. I will say though, this is to give Buckeye Rural a lot of credit
Yeah.
because I think they get taken down the road quite a bit and to me unnecessarily because
Mhm.
I think they do a fantastic job. They're very kind when you call and whatever. But we have lived there literally for 18 years, I think. 18, 19, 20. Yeah, something like that. And I can count on less than one hand the time that like power has been out for any
Mhm.
significant time.
Yeah.
And the one was when we got the 12 inches of snow. It was like probably, I don't know, it's probably 10 years ago now. And then we had that ice storm
Yeah.
around that time too. And that knocked everybody's power out. But that one year that we were just talking about this yesterday, I think, when
The
we had
windstorm?
that windstorm
Yeah.
and everybody's power went out for like a week.
Yeah.
Ours never glitched.
Yeah. I was
Never.
surprised how
So we-
fast everyone's power came back on.
My cousin was out for a
Mhm.
week.
Well, I was in Athens at the time, and our power was maybe out for the weekend. Like it wasn't. I mean, they were like, "Oh, it's going to be 3 weeks." They were really, So I was pretty impressed how quickly it really did come on.
That was an ironic one because I live on Standpipe. Half of Standpipe is AEP, half of Standpipe is Buckeye Rural Electric. I don't know why, but it's just the way that it is. Well, our half is Buckeye Rural. So when we had that storm, it was over the 4th of July. I remember. Our part of Standpipe never went out, and the people that had the AEP, theirs was out for like 8 days. So like my next door neighbor had like their power out for like 8 days, and we never lost power. It was really weird.
I don't know.
So we'll see. But hopefully it's back on.
Yeah, hopefully. I will say this,
because that'll get the radio back on as well.
I think Matt and Rodney were operating with a newfound freedom in the radio studio with the feeling that nobody was actually listening to them.
They were. If you weren't listening on the radio app this morning, you missed a good one.
Yeah, I mean, there was a conversation about deviled eggs that went on for several minutes.
It went on for several minutes.
I don't know.
Still out.
I don't know if it was like good radio, but it certainly was.
It definitely. Yes. Shoot, looks like we're still out. Yes, it was, shall we say, colorful.
Yep.
Colorful radio.
Colorful radios. Yeah. Eggs and Nitro Pepsi.
And they taste, they taste
Fiddler
the
on the
Nitro
roof.
Pepsi. I don't know how you're drinking that.
I don't know.
It just, to me, it just tastes like flat Pepsi.
Yeah.
All right, so you have got to talk about
Draft Cola.
So we had the Bigfoot people on last week on the show. And so we asked all of our guests last week what they thought about Bigfoot and all that.
Yeah.
So our Bigfoot continues on. You know, our Bigfoot conversations have continued on. We talked about Bigfoot Sierra Nevada today, which is a beer, which is a barley wine, which is like really... but over the weekend... You were walking down the street and found a really cool store. Yeah. And why was that?
Because they had Bigfoot stuff. So I was in downtown Charleston.
He's like, I can't get away from it.
Yeah, well, I was in downtown Charleston, and they had their sign out front had like Brixie, which is like the Flatwoods monster, like another like West Virginia like urban legend kind of thing.
So like Mothman-ish,
right?
But different.
Yeah, it's Mothman light. So I saw that. I was like, oh, we got to go in there. And it's like this cool, like hip wood shop that's making like tables and like frames and cutting boards and all this stuff. But like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, but this is like all this Bigfoot stuff, all this Mothman stuff. And I was talking to the guy, I guess he was the owner or co-owner or whatever. He was real cool. And he's like, yeah, we had this like St. Patrick's Day thing, and we had this artist like make all these like caricatures and stuff of like drunk monsters. So she had one of like the Mothman like dressed up for St. Patrick's Day, like stumbling home. And there's one like the Flatwoods monster, the one that was on the sign, like drinking Chardonnay and stuff.
That.
And, like, you know, Bigfoot with like a big old like moonshine bottle or whatever. So it was really funny. Lots of funny stuff. But they had this like sort of fake living room set up in their display window. So there's like this decorative like fireplace, and like over the mantle is like a big like ornate wooden Bigfoot. It's good stuff. But it was called Black Locust Woodworking or something like that. Yeah, so if you want to look them up. Yeah,
Locust,
so yeah, we got a website, Facebook,
like
Instagram. If you Google it, like Black Locust, West Virginia, or Black Locust Woodworking or whatever, you'll find it. But it was pretty cool. It was fun. I had a good time looking around there.
The most ironic thing, though, that you're walking down the street, there's Bigfoot again.
Dude, I mean,
someone's trying to tell us something, James.
I just keep seeing it everywhere. Like everywhere I go, I see another Bigfoot thing. I can't escape it. It's everywhere.
And then you saw the documentary, so now you're a believer.
Well, to be fair, I may have searched that out. I may have done that to myself. I can't really blame that as being serendipitous.
That's pretty funny.
But it was interesting. Though. But yeah, I was like thinking, I was like, man, if I could go back in time, I think what I would do is I would go back and like get a gorilla suit and just make a whole bunch of like Bigfoot videos.
Oh yeah,
right. Because like people would have believed it,
and just like rando release them.
Right. Yeah. Just like send them to like I don't know, like random like news, like whatever. and just like be famous.
I think that's great. Well,
Like-
there was like that group that had, I mean, recently had people convinced that they'd found the Loch Ness Monster. Do you remember that? And it was
Yeah.
all a hoax.
Mm-hmm.
But they'd gone
Yeah.
to there, and I think I don't know what they did,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. We I was telling you about my Dublin trip. We also went to Scotland on that trip when we went to Loch Ness.
you did?
We did not see Nessie.
No?
Yeah. It was pretty
Is it
freaking
like
cool though.
like a giant lake? Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
Yeah. So we didn't go into the town, so we didn't really see the like touristy stuff.
Yeah.
What we went to was a place, if I remember correctly, it was Urquhart Castle, I think is the name.
Mm-hmm.
So it was this like castle that had been destroyed in this like naval battle, whatever, 200 years ago,
Mhm.
whatever. And so it's just like ruins now, and it's been turned into a museum. It's so freaking cool because you can see, because it's totally destroyed, right? But you can see like where the walls and everything were, and they had like the cannonballs that like, because they just like rolled up like in the sea there, like in the
Mhm.
lock, and freaking like unloaded on them, I guess.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And how was that? Like, they obviously didn't defend themselves very well, because you'd think coming from the top of a castle.
Yeah, well, I don't know how big it was. I don't know that they necessarily had like high ground or anything like that. But yeah, they just
Weird.
were unprepared, I guess.
It's like you think about, we just don't really have that stuff in
Castles?
America. Like, yeah, like
Stuff
like
that stuff
those
that
old forts and
Right.
things like that. When
Yeah, I mean, if you guess
Where
you go
was I?
further east in like New England and stuff like that, Massachusetts,
more
you
on the
find
coast.
more stuff like that, but not here.
when we were in Antigua, we were at a beach, and there was just a guy that had a few horses there, and his name was like Moonbeam or something. And Moonbeam, I'm going to call him Moonbeam because it was something just like that. If it
Uh-huh.
wasn't Moonbeam, took a liking to gin.
Oh,
So he let me take a horse ride.
uh-huh.
But they had this big, and it was so cool. It was a fort. It was on like a point. And so I actually took the horse. I rode the horse up into the fort and around up in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just, the cannons are there. Like, and it was just like them defending their area. So it was like way up, and then, and it had like all these sides. It was built on the point where it was like basically all the sides were covered.
Yeah.
So if anybody tried to come onto the island, they could defend themselves. It was so neat. But you just don't see really a lot
Yeah.
of things like that around, in America, I guess.
Right.
But
Yeah.
pretty cool
Just
stuff.
not that old.
Yeah, old Moonbeam or whatever
Old
his name was.
Moonbeam.
I don't know, whatever. Sunbeam, I don't know.
So, like, if you and Moonbeam had run off together on your horses, like, would you be Jennifer Moonbeam now? Would you have taken his name?
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you?
I mean, obviously.
who wouldn't want that
Who
name?
wouldn't want to be Jennifer Moonbeam?
Yeah. Jamie got to laughing so hard because I don't know what the deal was, but anyway, dude liked me. And so we were walking, and, Jamie's with me and a bunch of other people. And he he just grabs my hand, and he holds my hand walking down the beach. And dude, Jamie's just like, whatever, man. I don't know. It's the Caribbean. You just do
it's
whatever.
just the way you are.
I'm not going to tell him no. I mean, if he wants to hold my hand, whatever. So, yeah. But.
So we heading out to find the cycle now?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so.
I mean,
So-
if you didn't hear that clue today, you just missed out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because.
I almost feel like I want to, I don't know, throw people off the scent now so I can go find it.
I know. They're not going to let us
We should-
win.
Well, if I got the packet, how they gonna stop me? I'll come in with a mustache on. I'll be like,
Disguise.
"Hello,
Like Groucho Marx
madam. I believe I found the key packet.
My name is Jim
My
Hamilton.
name is Jim Hamilton."
They'll never know. Courtney will
know.
never notice that it's you.
Nope. Can I borrow that Fiddler on the Roof kid's beard?
Oh, now that might get us somewhere.
We're like,
I'm just
hello,
saying.
I am the Fiddler.
The Fiddler on the Roof guy.
This is my beard impression.
Yes. Oh, is it?
Yeah. I look like Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean. Little tentacle beard.
You're so weird.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Well, if I don't know how the clue won't be found today, but if it's not tomorrow,
It's just
on.
like it's right there, guys. Seriously. Like there's a picture of it. We're just going
Yeah, pretty much. Like
we're gonna give you GPS coordinates to it.
pretty much. They did give us tomorrow's clue. We're not gonna read it because it's I'd get out, start searching for it today.
Yep. Look
Just
for
tell
that
it.
billboard.
Yeah.
Wolves and Hills and Rupert.
Yep. Rupert, billboard, Wolf, Hill. There you go. Clues for the day.
Yep.
There, we
Very
did it
good.
twice.
We did it. We did it.
Okay. So what else do we need? Do we need to do anything else?
I don't know.
Other than just save ourselves and get out of here?
Yeah, I think we should just save ourselves.
I'm gonna.
Jackson Ironman baseball on the radio tonight.
Did they postpone it till tonight?
From last night to tonight.
All right.
Pete
Very
Wilson
good.
on the
It
call.
was so nasty
It was
yesterday.
really nasty yesterday.
Really nasty. And
it's supposed to be like 85 on Saturday.
I know it's so weird. Like Saturday, Sunday, 85 and sunny. And
Yep.
I'm like, people are going to be like, I don't know what to do. There's going to be so many people outside over the weekend. It's going to be ridiculous.
Yep.
Don't if you're not a fan of crowds, don't go to the Hocking Hills. I can promise you that.
That's
'cause it will be off the chain
True that.
over the weekend.
Yep.
All right. Unless you're looking for the Cycle Search clue packet, key packet.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. All right. We'll get out of here for the day. Pray My Power comes back on. James is rolling himself over there. He didn't run over one thing. I'm very proud of him. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be right back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.